David Becker has shown us that an increase in pasture harvest improves profit. Rob, how would you increase your pasture harvest on your farm?
So to increase pasture harvest, the first thing I would do is look seriously at my management. And if I could improve my management, it comes for free. I'm not asking you to buy a tractor or anything like that. And we know that about a 5% increase is possible from increased management, and that will translate into about 1.5 million rands worth of milk sold. The second thing I'd do is I'd sit down and I'll calculate a proper fodder flow and work out how much I need for that number of cows that I'm milking. I would also look at the system that we're using. So there are generally two systems that are used. You can oversow every year like some people, or you could use the 4-year system where you replant 25% of your platform every year. We know that a first year ryegrass will give you about 16 tons, and then Sidara have shown that it drops off at about 40% per annum after that. The other thing I would do is I'd definitely use the best varieties that I could, so look at trial results. And even though it's more expensive, we've shown that the increase in cost of a better variety that yields better is more than compensated in terms of the extra milk that you get back for your money outlaid. Remember too that pasture harvest is a back calculation from milk yield. So the first thing they do is they take your concentrates, they minus off the energy that came off the concentrates, then they minus off the energy that came from, let's say, your maize silage, and then whatever milk is left over must have come from grass.
So Rob, you're asking farmers to be mad. MAD, meticulous attention to detail. We're standing here on Matt Turner's farm, Clavelli, and it reminds me of David Becker's discussion on how pasture as a percent of the diet influences return on capital. Rob, can you tell us how you would manipulate the grass in the diet?
So probably the first thing you need to do is to balance your concentrates with the amount of grass that's available. So use concentrates as an accelerator pedal. If you've got lots of grass, back off on the concentrates and your cows will immediately take in more grass. So remember the 3 grazing rules. Rule 1, graze at the correct stage, go in at the right height and the right leaf stage. Rule 2 is leave the same residual. So you must be consistent, whether you choose a residual of 1500 or 1/8, take your cows out at the same residual every time. And then rule 3 is repeat 1 and 2. The last thing is remember that grass is cheaper than anything that comes on a truck, and the more grass that you can get into the diet, the more profitable your dairy business will be.